Hey everyone, welcome to Smash and Grab Comics. This is Tyler. This has been a terrible night. We have made, no, I shouldn't say we, Tyler has made a blunder that we have narrowly avoided, but I forgot to hit the record button on our last thing, but TR had a recording of it also.
Because TR is brilliant.
Yeah. Anyway, so...
What are you doing, JP?
Ta-da! We've got JP on the line! Surprise! Is anyone
I've been
surprised?
hiding here the whole time. You guys didn't see me.
Can't see me?
There was a
Is
visual
anyone
thing.
surprised that we couldn't see JP? I mean, or that we could? I mean, you were there. Anyway, JP Jones is on the Zoom with us, and at the round table. Actually, it would be round.
It would be round
have
if
a
I
leaf
removed
in the
two
middle.
leaves.
Yeah.
It's oblong.
Yeah. So at the oblong table is DRS.
That's me.
What's up? Okay, it is. You know what? There's been some missteps tonight, TR.
There have been some missteps.
So let the steam off, okay? Let's just hear it. Give it to me. And go.
No, I'm fine. Like everything's working now. So
Are you gonna murder me later?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Okay.
For sure. But for right now, I'm fine. Don't be over dramatic about it. Don't be one of those like, oh, I've got a family. No one likes that guy.
I got a family.
I got a family.
JP
Big
called
deal.
the
You know
cops.
who else has a
JP
family? Last guy I killed.
JP called the cops.
I already called, man.
Jasmine's up on my lap. Save me! Save me, puppy! Save me!
Yeah, Jasmine has come to your rescue.
All right, you can't kill me. I've got your dog in my lap.
Yeah, she's very cute.
No, I forgot to hit record on on JP's line, and right before JP, we were talking to our interviewee, I guess you would call him. He's from an organization called...
Yeah, we were doing... JP,
Punks.
you weren't here for this, but it's called Punks for Autism. And
I've seen it on Facebook.
Yeah, they're fucking rad.
So,
Like, all the proceeds actually go to charities.
But I just want to point out to, if he's listening, Steve, I got it fixed. Okay, we got you recorded. All right.
Yeah. You got it fixed because I got it backed up.
You had a backup so that you will send that to me.
And I'm brilliant.
But anyway, so the addendum to this episode will be our chat with Steve Lombardo from Punks for Autism. But tonight, this episode, we're going to talk about X-Men, the animated series.
From 1992.
The last episode of season 1. You told us wrong, so I already watched season 2, episode 1.
Yeah, that's
Then I had to
me.
go back like a fucking punk for autism. See how I brought that back? That's
Full circle.
Yeah.
That's called the full circle.
anyway. So we
point.
watched the finale. That was a letdown. I think Days of Future Past should have been the finale.
I disagree. I think this is the best episode yet.
Yeah, I was going to say the Days of Future Past, I feel like, is when they went on a whole new path with this series. I think that's where they found their footing. And I loved
And then this was
episode.
like first episode of that. That's why I thought this would have been a great opener for season 2.
This would have been good.
But
I'm a little nervous about the opener for season 2 because I took a look and this one's for you, Morph.
yeah, I already
Oh.
watched it. I watched it earlier today, and so Morph is
Don't give it away.
Morph is there.
Don't
Morph
give it
is
away.
there.
No.
Yeah.
Hate more.
Morph. You're gonna hate him again. That fucking laugh. Remember that? Yeah.
I'm more.
Yeah.
I'm the worst X-Man ever.
Yeah. Who the fuck cares about Morph?
Nobody.
So
Well,
TR,
Wolverine, I guess.
let's talk about this episode. Morph's not back.
Yeah.
Before we know that Morph's back, what happens? Take it.
Sure.
Open us up.
I will take it away. So, if you remember, at the end of Days of Future Past 1 and 2, they had successfully stopped the killing of Senator Kelly by what everyone was going to think was Gambit, but was actually Mystique.
Right.
And the X-Men show up to find out that despite all this, Magneto has kidnapped Senator Kelly.
Yeah, and I love the flashback where Magneto's like literally like, "Hey, do it."
Right.
Do it. He's like in the window, like, are you
That
gonna
was
do it now?
creepy. That was creepy.
Are you gonna do it?
That was
Yeah.
definitely
He was
a
there to
peeping Tom.
watch Gambit kill Kelly, but like,
I mean, yeah.
his pud was definitely in his hands. Like,
I mean,
he was touching.
Well,
it.
you couldn't tell because we saw him from the back, right? Him floating in front of that window.
Yeah, but
And
his
then-
hand was on his dick, man.
I mean, I know it was out. I know it was. I mean, anyway. Can you
Yeah.
imagine? Hey. Can you imagine if he had a Prince Albert? Could he make that thing stand straight up?
He could do all sorts of party tricks with it.
Why do you think about this shit?
Why don't
He's
you?
the master
Why don't
of
you?
magnetism.
Well, I guess, it's probably then it's impossible for Wolverine to be circumcised, right? With his regenerative abilities.
Well,
Interesting.
he may be
But
Jewish. We don't know.
Here's the thing: he might have been circumcised
Yeah.
before his mutant power manifested. Because remember, with
But-
Moira McTaggart, her power didn't manifest until she was an adult.
Just saying.
Well, I'm just saying, what if they cut off part of his willy before his powers manifested? Would
Do you
they
think
then
that would
grow-
then when they
what
kicked in
if-
would have grown back?
Yeah. Like, what if he had a gross hand like mine, and then his powers manifested? Would his finger grow back?
Hey, do we know if
Wolverine.
Great show.
No, I forgot what I was going to ask.
That was a good addition.
Okay.
So the episode,
thanks for chiming in there.
just being a dick about it for no reason.
I
too.
can't remember what I was going to say. It was on the tip of my
All right, so I'll
Hey,
get back to
why
the episode.
Kurt Connors, right? The lizard.
Yeah.
Why hasn't he and Wolverine teamed up to get Kurt's arm fixed so they didn't have to go the lizard route with the regenerative thing?
Well, I don't think they know about each other, so
They live in the same.
I mean, I feel like everybody knows about Wolverine. He's the best at what he does.
Right. Who
don't
hasn't
live-
heard of
they don't live in New
Wolverine?
York.
Kurt Connors, right? He would have heard about the X-Men. Anyway, let's go on. This is troubling.
This is dumb.
yeah. Now you're just
This is
like
dumb.
completely spitballing.
All right.
It's weird because the live switcher that I'm
went
using,
from-
Right.
I'm using 3 fingers, which I'm used to using for trumpet now. So I'm literally thinking like, okay, I'm not touching anything, so that's a C. And if I do this, it's a D.
All right. Fine. Let's go back. Magneto and his pud hanging in the window.
Yep. So, okay, this episode starts off with the humans are protesting because Magneto had kidnapped Senator Kelly. And the X-Men are looking to save Kelly. We find out that Magneto has Kelly on a big old boat, and Kelly is scared as that is in the shot. And it looked like a willy.
It's Magneto's dick.
Looked like a horrible, horrible penis.
All right. Go on.
Just looked like the worst penis.
The X-Men are going to save Kelly, even though he definitely doesn't deserve it.
Yeah, he's a bigot. He's the guy who would be using the N-word.
But these are the X-Men.
And they're
They're
above that.
They are not. Have you seen Wolverine?
Wolverine is a petty motherfucker.
He is as petty as they come. All right.
So, Magneto is going to kill Kelly. And then a Sentinel busts through the hull of his ship and interrupts him. And so Magneto's like, you dumb fuckers.
This part's awesome because it's almost like if you can imagine a robot having sarcasm. We are made of plastic.
Yeah. So he's like, basically, you would send a robot after me, the master of magnetism. And the
We are
robot's
made of
like,
plastic.
I'm made of plastic.
Yeah.
Bitch.
That Sentinel said it very robotically, but I was imagining that he, had a tone.
Yeah, there was a little bit of just a little bit of snark.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway,
You're the master of magnetism?
so-
That's real neat. Too bad I'm made of plastic.
So, do you think that he had, that kind of swishy?
Yeah, I think he snapped.
There would be like a, you go, girl. So he uses the blaster of his hand, his palm blaster, the plastic Sentinel, hits Magneto here right in the chest. Now you'll notice right away though, there's no gouge in his uniform, nothing.
Right. I think what you're talking about came from something that happened later. And also you're talking about something that hasn't happened yet.
No, right when the plastic when he calls
but
him
I
plastic.
know what you're getting to.
they
You're
shoot
gonna
him.
be talking about his uniform later when they find him.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're jumping ahead.
But there's something else that happens in between. To Magneto.
So the Sentinels.
Did I miss it?
Yeah.
Okay.
Apparently. So the Sentinels. It's not just one, and it's not just two. It's a shitload of Sentinels.
Oh yeah. I'm sorry.
Yep.
So he gets shot by the Sentinel. He gets thrown to the ground.
But his whole thing is like, this entire ship's made of metal. This whole thing is my weapon.
Yep.
So he's taking rivets out and shooting them at Sentinels, and like he's fighting them.
Could you
like
imagine
hell.
in the MCU, if you'd be watching this in the MCU, that scene would be awesome.
That would have been
Right, just- you
such
could just
a good
see that-
scene. JP unimpressed.
I think it'd be cool.
I'm quite enthused.
Yeah.
The look on your face.
You should
said
be
you just
here with
told
us
a
right
lie.
now. We've had a good evening.
Yeah, bring
I'll
the
bet.
kid. Bring the kid.
This is not an environment for your kid.
Just
No.
because I have huge dogs
Hey,
and
JP,
I insist on blowing smoke onto children's faces.
No, that's not it at all. We've been debaucherous tonight.
That's true. We have been jackasses.
Okay, let's keep going. X-Men.
So, yeah, the Sentinels recapture Senator Kelly.
Right.
And they take him away. The X-Men end up finding Magneto's ship, and they find Magneto is just all fucked up. Like, he's under a bunch of rubble. Somehow his ship is still afloat, though, which is neat. And also...
Side note on this, though, is this is from my recollection, this is the first time we've actually seen blood in the show.
Yeah, we actually saw, like, Magneto was fucked up and bloody.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So
Because he started with a little dribble down his face when he first got blasted.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh shit, there's blood.
yeah, when
And
they
then
knocked
when
his
you
helmet
find him,
off
he's all-
and
he's all-
his luscious mane comes out and he's
Yeah,
got a
he
little,
does
Right.
have some beautiful,
he
luscious
is a
silver
fox,
locks.
isn't he?
Silver Fox.
God, I mean, I'd do it. What? Anyway, Magneto's voice drives me insane. That voice actor,
I'm
because it's
used
not
to it, I guess.
German,
But Magneto wasn't German.
right? He was a Jew in Germany,
No, he was a Jew in Poland,
in Poland. Oh,
wasn't he? JP, get my back on this. Just agree with me either way.
I believe you're right in Poland.
Yeah.
okay. Well, he was at Auschwitz.
Yeah, Auschwitz is in Poland, but a lot of people got sent to Auschwitz
Right.
from around
From
the
everywhere.
area.
So I don't know. I just assumed German, but I still don't think that voice actor is Polish. It's very weird. It's very. It's
It's an
discombobulated.
Americanized version of a stereotypical Eastern European
Yeah,
voice.
to me it pulls away from the character, but yeah. Anyway, Magneto is roughed up. Rogue finds him.
Yep. And the X-Men decide that they're going to take care of him.
Yeah. Rogue finds him under the rubble, lifts the rubble, and they're all really shocked to see that it's Magneto.
Yeah, and they're shocked that he was so messed up.
Yeah, and then Wolverine made that joke just before they found him, where they find just a Sentinel hand, right?
Yeah.
Left over, and Wolverine said, "Usually it'll take a whole Sentinel to scare someone, or something like that."
Yeah. Well, because someone saw the
Yeah.
Sentinel hand and freaked out.
Yeah.
So, cut to Senator Kelly is being brought back to Master Mold, where Trask is waiting for him.
Yeah.
The Sentinel Easy Bake Oven.
Yeah, and the Master Mold is fucking huge, and right between his titties, he cooks up new Sentinels.
Right.
And the Sentinels are huge, but they
Sentinel's
come.
time.
What?
Like-
Okay, here's my question: why do you think that a master mold needs to be sentient in itself?
It doesn't.
I think
That's
the,
what seems so redundant to me. It's like, what?
I
It
think
doesn't
the
need
reason
it
for
doesn't need
that
to be
is to
thinking.
compensate for new mutant abilities, and so it can create new types of Sentinels like the plastic ones.
Sure. I mean, yeah.
Sure.
I
So
think
it's
that's the argument that they would go with, is it would much more quickly enable it to make specialized Sentinels to go after the more dangerous mutants.
yeah.
My argument is human ingenuity would have done the same thing.
Yeah, but they don't trust humans either.
Yeah, that's coming up. Okay. Anyway, Trask.
I'm just saying we could have made them ourselves without making a giant one to make little ones.
I agree. I agree with
Well-
that. I think it's just a weird idea that Marvel came up with this master
And
mold
this-
idea.
Yeah, the thing is, the master mold that has nothing to do with X-Men the animated series. This is from
Yep,
the
this is-
pages of the X-Men.
Yeah.
This is X-Men.
And this is a pretty faithful adaptation. Like,
yes.
I will say once again, this episode is in a new era
Yeah.
from what we had been watching. What we'd been watching, we were enjoying the cheesy factor.
Uh-huh.
What we're watching now, I am enjoying for the comic book adaptation.
Let's see here. Oh, cool. We just got a notice on Zoom here. A gift from Zoom. Let's read this. Running out of time. We've removed the 40-minute time limit on your group meeting.
Ooh, wow.
Which
Thanks,
didn't
Zoom.
even apply to us because it's just a 2-person group meeting.
Yeah. So
They just
Anyway,
wanted
so
you to know
back
that
to-
Zoom is thinking about you.
Yeah. So back to Kelly and Trask. They give an order to one of the Sentinels that was just birthed out of the Master Mold's titties, and it
I love
says
it.
no.
I love it that the master mold is sarcastic. You
Yeah.
know? So that the Trask goes, master mold, blah, 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 blah. And he's like, no. It just seems so dumb.
Yeah. So the Sentinel refuses an order, and then they turn to Master Mold and they're like, it's defective. And he goes, it's not defective. I'm not going to be taking orders from you guys
Right.
anymore. Because mutants and
I'm the
Sentinels...
master mold, bitch.
Yeah,
Right,
basically. And then he reveals that the Sentinels are capturing the world's leaders and bringing them to Master Mold.
Right.
That's the big plan that's going on right now.
Master mold.
So back with the X-Men, Magneto is unconscious and Wolverine wants to go after all the Sentinels. He wants to just go find out where they are and fuck them up.
Oh, yeah.
So Professor X decides to scan Gambit's mind from when there was the attempted assassination on Kelly.
Yeah.
And when he's doing that, he finds an image of Gyrick.
Mm-hmm.
They use the internet.
Some guy, basically some early version of the internet that Xavier is apparently like wired into, you know, it's kind of like
Well,
the
There was
code.
a nice little Easter egg in the little memories too, or his searching his mind's eye. We got a little shot of Ghost Rider. In there.
Yeah, that was really cool.
That was actually pretty cool. We got to see a bunch of people that Gambit has been involved with, in contact with,
Rogue
that
form.
we haven't seen yet.
Right.
That
So that was
was
kind
pretty
of cool. It was like, oh, sweet, Ghost Rider. I even had to rewind it because I was just kind of like side watching it, like
Yep.
listening to it and taking care of the baby.
Yep.
And then all of a sudden I was like, motherfucker, was that Johnny Blaze? That's Johnny Blaze.
That was Johnny Blaze, motherfucker.
Motherfucking Johnny Blaze.
See, should we be? Is that racist? Because that is black. TR says yes.
No, what are you talking about? It's just what?
All right.
How is that?
Smash and grabbers. Is I'm talking about like this, motherfucker. Is that racist? Anyway. TR, let's keep
Okay,
going.
so back to the X-Men.
Sorry, let me revert back to my white voice. Hold on, guys. I'm
No,
gonna
you're
pay
not
for
doing the
Zoom
white
call.
voice right. Well, the interesting thing about both soup and stocks that I think you'll find.
Yeah, I'm gonna pay for this. I'm gonna pay for this Zoom call with my credit card.
I'll use my credit card. Do you have any non-dairy creamer? Anyway, so Professor X finds the image of Gyrick. They identify who it is, and they start following Gyrick so they can find out, you know, where the Sentinel's home base is.
right.
Meanwhile, while they're doing that, Gyrick is trying to get in touch with Trask, who is stuck with Master Mold.
Master mold.
Storm, for some reason, creates a blizzard and makes them crash their car.
Yeah, and Cyclops says, "Do it gently."
Yeah.
And
Yeah, and then Storm's like, "How about some snow, motherfucker?"
And then, so she creates this blizzard, almost an instantaneous blizzard. They slide off the road,
Yeah.
head first into a tree, and then they both get out. They're completely fine. JP is frozen.
That's fine. We didn't need him
didn't
anyway.
even care. Wow, that is an unfortunate pose to be frozen in. Jesus
Let's just leave it.
Christ.
Let's just leave it on that for the video for a while. So what happens next?
Do that.
It's been on him for a little bit
That's
now.
awesome.
JP, we can't see you. We can't hear you.
I hope you call back in because he's gone. Oh man, the Zoom call died, ladies and gentlemen. It kicked us out of Zoom.
Yeah.
So
Something new is happening.
okay,
There he
JP's
is.
back. There he is. There he is.
I'm still here. I lost connection to you guys.
Could you hear us though?
I heard snow and then tree and then you froze.
Okay, because
My connection never stopped. I was looking at myself.
and were you looking at yourself like this?
No,
Were you looked? I mean, did you look weird? Because our
yours was frozen and then it went away. Mine never stopped. Like my video feed never stopped.
okay, because on our end,
You looked odd.
you
It
were
was
really
fun.
frozen in this grimace, and we left it on that the whole time. So on the YouTube video, you're gonna be frozen while we're talking over. You're going,
In the middle of a laugh, basically.
yeah, and JP and or TR and I are both going. If you can hear us, dude, you're froze.
No, I didn't freeze on my end.
Well, you did over here. So that's all that.
Anyway, so Gyrick and his driver, after they crash,
Yep.
instantly start shooting at the mutants.
Yeah.
Like just immediately. And then
Wouldn't you?
Yeah.
I mean, they're different.
Yeah.
Shoot them.
So we find
That's America. That's America right there. America.
so somehow during this time we find out that Master Mold's plan is to
Master
replace
Mold.
every major world leader's brain with a robotic brain.
That's just like such a dumb idea.
That was the part that,
was the
did
cheese-
make me
that
go
was
a little
cheesy.
bit like.
Really?
But when was this made?
1992.
Awesome.
So, and also, I mean, this was a thing for kids, so that would be freaky as shit to a kid.
Right.
So the X-Men are planning to save Kelly and stop the Sentinel Menace, but Magneto wakes up and tells them, like, you guys are stupid for even trying this crap.
Yep.
While watching the X-Men fly away in the Blackbird, Magneto pines that the brave ones always die first, which I thought was actually an interesting line. The brave ones are always the first to die, from a kids show.
Right. I thought that was.
That was a little dark.
It's getting a little bit darker now that.
But
Magneto-
X-Men has always been dark as shit.
When I was a kid, and Secret Time here. Who does that? Bert Summit Kreischer, the comedian. Anyway, he's got a segment called Secret Time.
The one that doesn't wear a shirt?
Yeah. So when I was a kid, I steered away from X-Men a little bit more than I wish I would have because I felt it was over my head.
Oh.
You know what I mean? All the politics,
I never thought that. I was just not interested because we were into Predator and Aliens and Arnold Schwarzenegger and you know what I mean. Like we were just
X-Men has
into
a lot of subtlety to it.
yeah. Yep. I mean,
we were into action movies and horror movies.
you know, obviously the relation to if you make the connection from mutants to race, right?
Yeah. Which was exactly what the X-Men were created to represent.
But that was lost on me. At 12, I was in 92, I was 11. You know, so, and I watched it when it came out. You guys probably, if you watched it when it came out, TR, you would have been like 9.
Yeah, I watched it on reruns.
You watched it on rerun, so you were a little bit older too.
It was reruns. I was older. Yeah, because
I watched
if
it
I
on-
watched
are
it,
speaking, JP.
if I watched it in 1992, I would have been 3 years old.
I watched it when it came out because I was in 5th grade, and Saturday mornings, me and my friend would get up to watch it because then, a couple seasons in, Fox started the Spider-Man animated.
That's the one I remember watching more of. But we did watch X-Men animated.
And
but
there was an animated
Spider-Man one was
Fantastic
more-
Four.
Yep, there was also
Spider-Man
that.
was more our time.
And there was an Iron Man that they would do reruns of.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah.
But so anyway, Fox was big for me in the mornings,
Yeah.
Saturday mornings, because that's when X-Men was on.
Yeah, dude. Fox Kids, man.
Yep.
Friggin'
That
like
was
Power
back
Rangers
when
and-
Saturday morning cartoons were a big thing.
They still work. Yeah.
It's really not anymore because there are entire networks that do nothing but show cartoons.
Well, and now we live in an a la carte nation,
Yeah.
or world, even,
World, yeah.
because you just want Netflix. You just have Netflix. You want, if you're like me, I have Netflix, Hulu, Prime, Disney Plus, Audible.
I have
mean,
Plex where I do nothing illegal.
tell us about Plex.
Plex is, let's say, hypothetically, that one of your friends had a huge library of stuff,
Yeah.
and you wanted to be able to stream this huge library of stuff.
Yeah.
Plex is the software that lets you do that.
It's like a shared server.
Oh, okay, got it. So like Napster.
Kind of, but the only people who can access your server are
Yeah.
people that you have allowed to.
Like
Okay.
invited, yeah.
Got it. Okay.
So
Like
It's-
Pinterest for hackers.
yeah, it's
Pinterest for hackers.
kind of. So
Would you say that you are a hacker, or do you have friends that are
I am
hackerish?
in no way.
Are you hacker adjacent?
No.
Hack the planet.
All right, back to X-Men now. Are we at the, what scene is next here?
Well, this is when the X-Men land on the island where Master Mold is, which they never really tell us where it is.
Master Mold.
I guess it's not Genosha, is it? Or Genosha?
No.
Still?
They didn't say.
No.
But
Master Mold's got his own island.
yeah.
Well, there is a Master Mold headquarters, and Wolverine threatens a guy for the location.
Yeah.
Is that where we're at right now? No.
No, we're past that.
Oh, that was a good moment. Anyway,
My bad.
go on.
So Master Mold detects that the X-Men's Blackbird landed when it lands, and so he sends a bunch of Sentinels to go fight off this new threat.
Did you notice that when that Blackbird came in and it was horizontal, and before it started this dive, it bent like in the animation?
I did not notice that.
It looked like it was like Gumby. It was
They
really
were
bad.
kind of trying to draw some forced perspective there.
It was kind of bad when it changed direction. But anyway,
No. So the X-Men split into two teams.
yeah.
And the
X-Men Blue and X-Men Gold.
Sure.
Okay.
They do a trick to get the Sentinels to come pouring out.
Okay.
Basically as a diversion for one team to go try to rescue Kelly and stop Master Mold, while the other team
Master Mold.
keeps the Sentinels busy so they can destroy Master Mold.
Right.
Master Mold.
I'm just gonna cut that right there. Anyway, so yeah, go ahead.
So the X-Men managed to destroy a large number of Sentinels with ease, like the first wave
Sure.
of them.
Yeah, and it's awesome.
Because they're made of plastic.
Yeah. They're
I mean, seriously, they only put out that new group because they didn't want to get caught by Magneto again. Well, guess what? Gambit's little cards blow them apart.
yeah.
Yeah,
So
Wolverine cuts plastic pretty good last time I checked.
yeah. But you do find out that they weren't all plastic.
Right.
No, I don't think.
I was making
I think
a
those
joke.
are just
I was
specially
making
made,
a
specially
joke.
made to
God,
fight
Do
Magneto.
you guys know what humor is?
No.
You know, a sense of humor is where you sense humor. Okay, and I'm throwing it out there. Pick it up.
Yeah.
Like you smell it?
Anyway, go on. Go on.
So the first group that's infiltrating decides to split up,
Right.
while the second group continues their diversion. And the Blackbird is actually part of the fight. It's shooting at the Sentinels, and it's got
And it's
Professor X.
Yeah.
It's actually, this is
Manned
a
by
really,
X. Yeah, this is crazy.
This is such a well done action scene.
Yeah.
Like even as an adult, I was like,
Do you love his
"Fuck yeah, get
military
after it."
jacket?
Yeah, that was
It's got
pretty
the X
cool.
on it's got the X patch.
Yep.
But then it's definitely like a military leader jacket.
I just want to know who helped him into it. Like, it's not like he did it himself. Like,
Well, someone just
He's
picked him
rich
up and
as fuck, dude. It's automated. He can just go right from that yellow chair.
the yellow floaty chair.
Yep.
Maybe the yellow floaty chair floats up a little higher, tilts to the side,
Yeah.
and dumps him.
put his
dumps
pants
him.
on for him.
I think it's more of his seat comes out parallel to it, right, perpendicular, and they just like lowers him into the regular seat.
Yellow chair, change my diaper.
mind.
Change my diaper.
Change my diaper. Shit, yeah. How does he go? Who helps him?
Oh, I think he pisses right in the chair, dude.
I think the chair recycles
It is
it into
yellow.
delicious drinking water.
Yeah, that chair from the animated series. Yeah, I think he probably can go to the bathroom in that. But
Just
the one
cycles
from
the
comics
fluid
and
straight
movies, I
into
don't
the-
think so.
Yeah, the one that his original one was just straight up a wheelchair.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, Professor X is actually doing a pretty good job. This scene is just so well done, but the Sentinels end up blasting the Blackbird.
Right.
So it is plummeting down toward the ground when all of a sudden it starts floating and it pans out to show Magneto just saved Professor X.
Yep.
Like, what's up, bitches? I got you.
Yep. And Magneto is still bandaged up. He's still clearly a little fucked up from his earlier encounter with the Sentinels.
Yeah.
So back with the infiltration teams, Wolverine decides he's going to hold off a large number of Sentinels that they accidentally woke up by pushing Gambit through a door and telling him to run.
Yeah.
And his whole plan is basically,
He's gonna hold him off for Gambit to get away. 'Cause,
Yeah,
Wolverine can regenerate. So. Get out of here, you Cajun.
yeah. So
What? Gambit's like,
yeah, Gambit decides that ain't gonna happen.
Yeah.
So he breaks through the door that Wolverine closed.
During this scene, I was thinking, like, can he charge his cards exponentially, or can they only hold so much? Because
I think it only holds so much.
Because to me, like it was either in this episode or the one that I accidentally watched. He charged up a chain.
That wasn't this one.
Okay, so he charged up a chain, and when he threw it, then the chain exploded. It had a little bit bigger explosion. Do you think?
I think it's less about the object and more about how much power he puts in it.
Okay, but so could a playing card hold as much energy as, let's say, a chair?
I don't think it's about the object. I think it's about how much. There's only so much energy he can output, and the cards are just easy because
He can
they're
throw 'em,
light
yeah.
and he can throw them.
Yeah.
So
No.
I think it's more about the energy output than the object itself.
TR looks bored. I don't know why. TR, are you bored?
Like how
No,
much?
I like
how
when
much
JP
energy-
talks.
Like how much energy could he put into a dildo? I don't know.
Right. That's what I'm. Well, that's what I'm asking. Like, is the energy that I'm asking can he put the same amount of energy from a cell phone into a car?
Yeah.
He can.
Yeah,
Okay.
why not?
I don't know.
I think
That's what
so.
I'm-
He can do
How
whatever
the fuck
you
does
want.
his powers work? That's what I'm asking.
Jasmine. Sorry.
It's magic.
My dog is being naughty and getting near stuff she oughtn't.
All right, where are we?
I don't even fucking know. So
I'm
Gambit
lost.
breaks
Gambit's
through to go fighting
This
with
is why I brought this
Wolverine.
up, because his card, sometimes you wouldn't think that it would be able to blast through the door, and then in the next second, it blasts a whole Sentinel apart.
This show, it was a kids show, so the way that their powers work is kind of magic. It's
know.
whatever's convenient at the time.
Especially if it's regarding Rogue.
Yeah. Or Jean. So Master Mold.
Yeah.
I said Master Mold.
Master Mold.
Is he frozen?
Yes, he's frozen
frozen.
again.
Okay, good.
All right.
Didn't like him anyway.
Yeah.
So Master Mold continues his plan.
Right.
While the X-Men infiltration team sneaks up and rescues Senator Kelly.
Yeah.
Um,
Oh, I heard him.
Oh,
I'm here.
There he is. He's back.
Okay, there you go. So he's not frozen anymore.
So Senator Senator Kelly gets rescued, and Trask finds this weird laser thing and aims it at a propane line and blows up the building, with the X-Men having seconds to spare.
Both of those objects, the laser and the propane tank, really had no business being in there.
Yeah, I was wondering.
They both were in
It wasn't a propane tank; it was a propane line. But
Yeah.
why was it exposed?
It was an exposed propane line, and it was this laser thing that
Well,
he was able to
the laser was supposed to be, he was going to use that on Kelly for some odd reason to kill him or do something.
That was pretty sadistic.
to cut
too. You
off
think, like,
to
what-
cut
what
off
was
his
he gonna
head,
do?
take out his brain, and replace it with a robot brain.
That's true.
I don't know why he doesn't just kill these people and just take over himself.
I don't know.
He's the master mold.
That wasn't his plan this time.
Yeah.
Just send sentinels all around the world. Who's going to stop him?
It's a lot like God. We don't know what his plans are. God works in mysterious ways.
Master Mold works in mysterious ways.
Master Mold works in. Every time
Master
someone says
Mold-
Master Mold, I think
Master
masturbate.
Master Mold.
Masturbate. Anyway,
Master Mold.
go on, TR.
Yeah. So, there's a huge explosion. The Sentinels, then it cuts back off to the Sentinels that are fighting the X-Men outside, and they break off their attack on the surface to go defend Master Mold. And
Mold.
as they go to fly back into the
He's
building,
gonna chuck something at the camera in a second.
Do it. You can't stop the Master Mold.
fuck has happened?
Their show has gone bye.
So the Sentinels do some stuff or whatever. For Smash and Grab Comics.
This is Tyler, TR, and JP. Peace.
No, so the Sentinels break off their attack to go defend Master Mold, and as they go flying in the building, that's when the building explodes. Mm-hmm. So now for the X-Men, it's a salvage mission. They got to go find their people.
Bodies.
Yeah. Cyclops manages to find and save Gambit. He manages to find and save Gambit and Wolverine, who've been fighting Sentinels just this entire time.
Right.
Like, there is this huge pile of Sentinels that they have to climb over to get to Cyclops.
Reminds me of that scene from, like, one of the Terminator movies when that tank is rolling over all of those skulls.
Yeah.
It kind, if that was done live action, I kind of imagine that.
So Master Mold then breaks out of the wreckage.
Yep.
And it was all, you can't destroy me. I'm Master Mold, bitch.
Master Mold.
So Magneto and Professor X team up
Yep.
to launch the Blackbird at Master Mold and destroy both of them.
Right. This ejection scene was so bad. I'm sorry, but the animation was terrible.
The animation was very 1992.
No, it was not. It was Rocky and Bullwinkle 1964. They were right about to hit this. Okay, imagine first-person view
Oh, yeah,
of
the
Blackbird,
explosion.
Blackbird coming into the Master Mold's chest, and the last second Xavier ejects from his seat, and Magneto let go of the Blackbird. Xavier ejects from his seat, but the sequence of the frames, like, it just seems so jittery and stupid.
It was
awesome.
definite. It was
That was his Nick Cage Con Air moment, man.
It was. That's exactly what it was.
Yeah, and after that, Magneto tells Xavier that his debt's paid and that Xavier's an idiot.
Yeah. I am
See
surprised
you
that
again.
Magneto was willing to destroy the Master Mold.
Master Mold.
Yeah, whatever.
No.
Because that's not the plan. He wouldn't have gotten his war.
No.
Yeah, he wouldn't have gotten the war he wanted.
Right.
So then it cuts to sometime later. Senator Kelly is giving a speech, and he has completely changed his view on mutants.
No, I mean, I like his speech because he says even though mutants have the power to do bad things, we shouldn't punish the mutants that are using theirs for good things.
Right.
Right.
Yeah,
I mean,
he basically draws a line in the sand. Like, I understand now that not all mutants are bad. There are both sides, just like humanity has both sides of good and evil.
So he's running.
Bad
He's wearing
good.
his Kelly for President button. So this is definitely during one
I'd
of
vote for him.
his rally speeches. It'd be
I'd vote for him.
interesting to know. Hey, I'll get her.
No, don't worry about it.
She's chewing on her bone. And
No,
if-
she's got her goddamn ball stuck under the thing that she did on purpose. She gets it stuck under there so she can have to
So
try and dig it out.
your
attention.
dog has an attitude problem then.
Today she does. Yes.
Okay, so
But yeah, so Kelly says he's changed his views, and then it cuts to Beast
Yep.
in his jail cell, quoting Shakespeare again.
yep, the
And-
eternal bard.
Yeah, and we find out.
Tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow.
Yep, tomorrow and tomorrow and tomorrow creeps.
So here's the thing: Jubilee shows up. The cell door opens. Jubilee walks in with some of the other X-Men, and she's like, "Beast, you're free!" Right? Kelly
Yep.
has given her a pardon.
Him.
Yeah, given him a pardon. Now, what kind of prison do you know of where when you're released, people can just run into the cell and greet you.
Yeah, I'm not so sure about that, but
I think that was a little.
Persons in 1992, man, your family was just right there, ready to take you home.
yeah, it's like airports were different.
Here's the thing.
It was a 9/10 world.
They screwed up though, because in the next episode, which I happened to watch ahead of time because I misjudged. I thought we were done with season 1.
Sorry.
So in that though, they talk about, because at that point Kelly is president, and they talk about the president pardoning Beast. So at this point, when he's pardoned, shouldn't Kelly already be president?
I don't know.
They
I haven't seen the next episode.
There-
But thank you for ruining it.
listen. There's some continuity errors.
Well, we
and-
can't because we haven't seen it. We can listen to you, but we
Yeah,
can't agree with you.
We
Talk
can
about what
talk
you're
to you
talking
about
We
it for
haven't seen
sure.
Yeah.
But really, what it's going to be is us listening at you
Yeah. All right. Well, fuck you.
because we haven't seen it yet.
Fuck off. No, I'm just kidding.
No. Fuck you.
No. Fuck you. Fuck you. You're cool, and fuck you. TR, do you want to talk about these cards, or
Not yet.
That's not a tonight.
No,
thing?
that's not. No.
Well, I
so
thought he had these cards.
That was all about. Hey Tyler, why don't we just do an episode from 2022? Like,
Yep.
Let's just
Let's do it.
So anyway, back to the episode. Beast is set free, and then it cuts to Cyclops and Jean being all lovey-dovey, and Cyclops asks Jean to marry him, and she's like, I don't know, our kids would be mutants.
No shit.
And then we see someone is spying on Scott and Jean, and the name that's mentioned is Sinister.
Dun, dun, dun.
Yeah, buddy.
And that is the end of season 1 of
Okay,
X-Men
I'm just
the
going to point
Animated
something
Series.
out, because if you notice, they were talking about their kids being mutants, and then who's spying on them? Mr. Sinister, who is known to be the one that creates Cable. Okay.
We don't know that it was Mr. Sinister. We just heard the name mentioned.
Oh,
See,
I
this
may
is
know.
what I
I may
watched.
know something that you don't know. Then
That's why I'm
This is
trying to
why-
get you to shut the hell up.
why?
Well,
Because
this is why I
by the
watched,
time, why shut the hell up? Because by the time we talk about that next episode, no one's gonna remember I brought it up
A
now.
spoiler from 1982. But also, if you watch the show with subtitles, which I do, it does quote Mr. Sinister saying those lines.
Oh, okay.
All right. So
Because the way they phrased it, it could have been like one of his minions talking about
Sure.
him.
It does quote like Mr. Sinister and then the lines as they're going.
What a weird voice they picked for Minister Sinister.
It's
Mr.
not-
Sinister. Then.
And in
like
the
more-
in the next episode, it's not Mr. Sinister. I think the voice we heard is the voice actor that played Morph.
Yeah.
It sounded more like Morph. Yeah, right.
That's what it sounded like to me too. Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm just pointing out that we already saw Cable in this series.
Yep.
Cable is the son that was born of the clone of Jean Grey, but I bet in this cartoon they're going to just do Jean Grey.
Probably.
The clone of Jean Grey and Scott, that son is stolen by Mr. Sinister and given a technovirus, they call it.
Yep.
Then that son is sent into the future for a cure, where he grows up with Apocalypse, and Apocalypse makes a clone of him, which is Strife. And then Cable comes back in time. Cable comes all the way back in time, and that's where we have Cable. JP is frozen again in another weird pose. He's kind of unfreezing. Whoa, that was cool.
I'm good.
Your video caught up with you really quickly. It was really fun to watch. Yeah.
And I actually
Call
did
me
capture
Quicksilver,
it.
baby,
You did capture
because I'm
that.
the master
Yeah.
mode.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's it. I'm only cutting us off because since we did the other thing, we are running over.
That's okay. We always have more what do you call it? Space
Content. Yeah, right.
we have more space on our
Okay.
thing than
Then we use
we use. Yeah, what
Okay.
am I trying to say? Data is not data, but it's the equivalent of data for
Storage.
a podcast storage. Right.
Usage.
We have plenty of room if we wanted to go over. So and I'm thinking about releasing them separately. I don't know. What do you think, TR?
I
was
think I
gonna-
am TR.
What's that?
I think I am TR.
Okay, well, I was thinking originally about putting that little thing as an addendum to this, but now I'm thinking of releasing them separate. Doesn't matter. That's for off the air. This episode, what do you rate it, JP?
10 out of 10. It was the best episode because it had so much fun and action, and
No, I meant
got to
this.
see
I
it
meant
working as
no, I meant this episode of Smash and Grab. What do you?
Oh,
rate?
fuck that. This is
This
1
one.
out of 10, man.
Yeah.
1 out
I'm
of
just
10.
kidding.
One.
No, 10 out of
Jesus,
10.
you're generous.
Here's the thing, guys. Why do you guys like it so much? I thought it was okay, but not.
No, 10 out of 10.
Well, I
'Cause
wasn't going. Yeah,
action-
that's awesome.
Action, top notch.
Yep.
You get to see the team be the team. Scott's not that big of a dick to Wolverine. Wolverine and Gambit get an awesome scene together. You get to see Professor Xavier flying the Blackbird with all the TNT and gasoline into the master mold. And you get to see Magneto's duality and how he's like struggling to be the bad guy, but also the good guy and do the right thing, but the wrong thing at the same time. It's fabulous. Great.
Yeah.
Awesome episode.
I'm with JP. I wouldn't give it a 10 out of 10. I would give it a 9 out of 10.
Okay.
The action was strong. The animation was good. The storyline was well done. This is when X-Men the Animated Series starts coming into its own. This is when it becomes what people talk about. One of the greatest adaptations of comic books that TV has ever seen.
10 out of 10. I mean, this is
I
everything
would-
you'd want
see,
out of the series finale or
It
season
didn't blow
finale.
me away, and I think
That's all right.
I think
that's
it was,
all right to be wrong.
I think it was the animation. There was just too many hiccups in the animation that kind of bothered me. So I would give. I will say it was one of the. It was the better ones so far. So I would give it an 8.
Sure.
And I've always been right about 7.5 with these episodes. So I'm up to an 8 now, guys. So get off my fucking back, Jesus Christ.
Well, it's a 10 out of 10 because just like for me, again, because what TR was saying, it's when I realized like, yeah, this is like the show I remember. Like this is the awesomeness that when I was a kid, like you were just like, yeah, you know.
Like
and
I'm
like,
stoked for when we get to the
like,
Phoenix Saga.
Yeah, that's
Yeah.
gonna be cool.
So yeah, I loved it. I was happy, and
season
it's
was
everything
that?
you'd want out of a season finale. Everything you'd want out of a season finale.
That's true.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yep. All right. So, guys, it's been a good night. JP,
Yeah.
how is Claire doing?
She's great. I'm watching her on the monitor right now. She's sleeping right now in her bed.
Okay. Cool.
Go pick her up. I want to see her.
Yeah, wake her up.
No,
Do it now.
Yeah.
no,
Want to see if she wants
Do
to
it
hang
now.
out.
Do it.
no,
Do it right now.
no.
Hey, next time she's up, tell her I said,
Yeah,
Okay,
tell her I said hi. I'm
sounds
sure
good.
she'll remember.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll catch you later, JP.
All right, boys. We'll check you later.
Peace.
peace. All right, now that we got rid
Now
of
that
that
he's
square.
gone. Anyway,
So
so
now that we got rid of that loser, we can actually talk.
we can just get on with this. So, yeah, TR, this was a fun one. I really
yeah,
loved the
I
X-Men.
liked it a lot.
Yeah, that was a good episode. Anything else? Oh, get out there. Check out our Facebook group.
Yeah, check out Facebook. We're on Twitter at Grab Comics. We are on YouTube.
Did you see our website is back up? SmashAndGrabComics.com.
SmashAndGrabComics.com.
Did you go to it just to check?
I
it
have,
this time?
yes.
So, if you didn't know, I ran into a lot of problems with. I switched our hosting company, and then I ran into problems like figuring out how to switch our personal URL to that, and so just a few later, and we're all good.
Very good. So that's it. Don't forget to check out Punks for Autism. They're on Facebook, punksforautism.com. They have some awesome shirts that
Right.
support a great cause.
Yeah. So anyway, Smash and Grab Comics, guys. This is Tyler, and he's TR.
I am TR.
Later.